Yo, what's going up, guys? It's me, Johnny the Collecting Wizard, back at it again with another Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. And today we are going to live as a student until Professor Fig returns. As you guys know from my previous gameplay footage, Professor Fig sent us to the restricted section to get a book. We got the book and he is now having to go to the Ministry of Magic to talk about why the guy died in front of us, George. So we're just gonna attend some herbology class, meet with Natty because Natty wants to meet me at a hamlet called Lower Hogsfield. So she wants to go ahead and talk to me over there about something important, I'm assuming. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and live a day as a student here in Hogwarts Legacy.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Alrighty, time to live as a student, attend herbology. Let's actually go to herbology class before anything. I think herbology class would be really fun. So if you guys are brand new to this game, Floo powder is the best to travel through and around all of Hogwarts. Not only Hogwarts, but just all over the world. So unfortunately right now I don't have a broom, and that's why...
Someone's parents sent
There's something in there.
And that's why, you know, we have to do it. Whoa.
There has to be a spell for this.
What the heck?
Levioso! Incendio.
So, okay. Well, I guess you're stuck there. Sorry. Here we go, guys. Our first herbology class.
Is she growing Punger's onion again?
Ominous Gaunt. Look at the professor.
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together.
Growing together. Oh my goodness.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge.
Love it.
The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root.
Yes. We're doing mandrakes.
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Put some earmuffs.
First, let's protect our
Yes.
ears.
Also like cotton balls. Back in the day, I guess they didn't have earmuffs.
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Oh my god!
Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and pat down the soil!
Oh my goodness! Please repot mandrake. Oh my goodness.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo!
My goodness.
I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Nearly one deaf.
I'll say. Nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected.
Love it.
Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Pick them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. One Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Okay.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Okay, you got 10 minutes. The leaves of this medicinal herb are used in Wiggenweld potion. Dittany's seeds can be purchased at the Magic Neep and be grown in pots of any size. Sorry if you see me moving my head around. The camera's just in the way of the part of the monitor here. But it yields 5. Nice, okay, you can add fertilizer to this plant to increase its yield. Okay. Empty pot, okay.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage.
Oh, good.
You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead.
Up these stairs, okay. Wasn't he the guy?
Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh,
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Oh my god, I love how the dummy has a little hat. Okay, how do I launch them? Can you show me how to... Okay. Hold LB. Ah. Oh.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters.
Oh my god, look at this thing.
Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose it could come in handy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Cool. Interesting.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragonhide gloves, I shall end our lesson here.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Don't care much for plants, honestly. Well, that's true. As am I. Plants offer so much. Just be nice.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Okay. Herbology class completed.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new...
Okay, now where are we off to? We have a quest which is to meet Nate. Where is Nate? I can't believe I'm even playing this game. This game is beautiful. Look at the Scottish Highlands. Look at Owry. Every time I hear those crows crowing, I think of when Buckbeak got, murdered. Oh, they basically decapitated Buckbeak. That's what I think of. Oh, might need this. Ooh, I love this. 2 little owls right here. Oh, there's 2 other ones right here. I really need a broom. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try to go around, try to beat it. I'm almost there. Whoa. Is that Hagrid's hut? That is Hagrid's hut. Hagrid! Technically not Hagrid's hut. It is the gamekeeper's hut. Oh my god, he has pumpkins here. And this is probably...
I should investigate.
the Forbidden Forest, right? Isn't he at the edge of the Forbidden Forest? Oh, finally.
It is good to see you, my...
Hello,
What's
Natty.
up?
How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The 2 of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Sorona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
I shouldn't have lied to her. I feel like just how Harry told his friends about, the thing that they found in Gringotts and all of that. I feel like I should have definitely been honest with my friends. But I have already said it. Whenever they do appear, I will definitely make up for that. But I'm not going to sit by and watch it destroy my new home. I'm glad to hear it.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I'll definitely try.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten
What the heck
me?
is happening?
What's going on here?
Yeah, what the...
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Trails of Merlin. Help the stranger. Help the stranger. Okay, I guess I gotta help the stranger. Let's go help the stranger.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
Oh, yeah?
A student? You can't be so...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
What the heck?
You're gonna regret coming here.
Protego!
You dodged an attack.
Incendio! Levioso!
What are you doing? No!
Whoa. Oh.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Learn the valuable insights on enemies, such as their weakness to certain spells. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy it.
Hold them off!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take this student over my dead body!
Levioso!
Sorry.
Novice luck.
Incendio!
You will pay for your...
Come here.
Accio!
Boom. Okay. Definitely getting a little bit better.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you alright?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Who is Priya?
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
Nocturne Alley.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts.
Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Seems a bit tedious, but it is interesting. It is fascinating.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Yeah.
I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Yeah.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as the on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swirl, and we'll see what happens. Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Levioso! Revelio.
Wait, do I have to?
Incendio.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The flames make the pyre sink.
Yes, how beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Alright, let's go off into see what there is there. Maps. Let's go to potions class. I believe this is the last class that we actually need to finish to have completed all the, I guess, main classes in Hogwarts.
That's the last time someone from the Ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogwarts.
Whoa, this is Snape's potions class. Look at a troll head. I love this.
Revelio.
Yes. Professor Sharp's Auror badge. Auror is comprised of Ministry's magic law. Oh yeah, Aurors are basically cops for the wizarding world, for those who do not know. They typically chase anyone that is causing mayhem and uses or likes to use dark magic.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
No instructions. Oh god.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Hook lump. Okay. Add hunk lump juice. Add horn lump juice. That is a big spoon. Stir in the cauldron.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your Herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
You didn't have to roast me.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yeah, who the heck is this guy?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it
Oh,
matters
frickin'
because you can be
Weasley!
a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Oh my god.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll help him.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Your potion should not be...
Okay, mongrel fur. Pick that up. 31st December. Morgan and Brooks has had an increased amount of activity outside of ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night, with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back entrance. Given what we know of the shop's reputation, we are adding more orders to join those that have already been watching the shop. You are amongst the new additions. Further instruction to follow. Interesting. So keeping a close eye on the... Where the heck are the feathers? Where's the feather? Oh. Let's see. Oh, gotta get this one too. Is there anything? I should see. No.
Potion stations organized and free of clutter.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
I feel like he's doing Polyjuice potion.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in an
let's see.
unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Alright, we have 25 seconds for this. A potion that enhances the drinker's defense by covering them with a durable rocky skin. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Oh my goodness.
Get it! Not again.
Oh, the smell.
Dragon dung! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Oh, good. Let me do some healing potion. But aside from that, let's just come over here.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Oh, no. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry about that.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
And I just completed potions class.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration.
Scrub knows about that book you found. Is it missing something? Dave, no. Scrub does not believe it is safe to speak out in the open. It's probably true. Scrub has left another note across a bridge among the circle of rocks. Take care, tell no one about this.
Scrub?
Okay.
Who is Scrub?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Revelio.
Oh, right here. Can I?
Accio.
What the heck? Okay, well, here we go. Boom. Almost there. Head for the pumpkins. Just down from the stone circle. Look inside one of them. You may be able to help poor, broken-hearted Scrope.
Pumpkins? Ah, I think I know just the place.
Just a place. It is the gamekeeper's hut. I really need a broom. I'm tired of freaking walking and running everywhere. What the heck?
Incendio. Revelio.
Right here. The young Slytherin must be excellently curious by now. Meet Scrope by the water's edge, by the broken docks.
Down to the water's edge? This had better not be a trick.
Well, there's a freaking scroll inside. Oh, okay, hurt myself a little bit. There's a scroll inside of a freaking pumpkin. How's that even possible? Well, it's the Wizarding World, so anything's possible at this point. Oh, is that Scrope? Yes.
Thank you for coming all this way. The name's Scrope. Scrope serves the headmaster. Been in the Black family for years. Apologies for the abundance of notes. Scrope wanted to be sure you weren't followed.
What's this all about? Your notes mentioned the book I found in the restricted section.
Scrope can tell you more in exchange for your help, but no one, especially the headmaster, can know.
Of course, what can I do for you? I'd rather not risk trouble with Black. Happy to undermine authority if it benefits me. Oh, love it.
Undermining the headmaster and getting something in return. Continue.
Oh, Scrope does not intend to undermine the headmaster. In fact, Scrope wants to surprise him. Scrope's late mistress, Apollonia Black, may she rest in peace, was a student at Hogwarts over 50 years ago. Before she died, she spoke with passion of pages ripped from a book. Scrope suspects she took them to her private grotto. She was delirious at the end, poor thing. Mistook belladonna for elderberries. Scrope tried to warn her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But how do you benefit if I find the pages?
Scrope believes that a treasured Black family ring is also in the grotto. Scrope wishes to give it to the headmaster. Apollonia forbade Scrope from entering the grotto long ago. Scrope continues to honour her wishes. Scrope would not dare ask a student for help, but when Scrope learned you were looking for those pages, Scrope thought you might also find the ring.
How do you know about the book I found? Yeah.
How did you know that I'd found a book and that it's missing pages?
Scrope and the other house elves are good at staying out of sight. Scrope hears and sees many things in the castle. Scrope knows how to keep secrets.
Tell me about the ring.
Tell me more about this treasured ring.
Oh, it's adorned with the Black family crest. The headmaster would be pleased with Scrope for returning it.
What did happen to you?
How did you injure your ear?
The Blacks have a tradition of decapitating their house elves when their service is no longer required.
Oh my god.
One day, dear Apollonia was understandably frustrated with Scrope and got a bit too eager with a cleaver. Scrope was able to convince the sweet girl of his value and now views this small injury as a reminder of her good heart.
Oh my god.
It seems this may help us both. I shall do it.
Scrope is relieved. Scrope hoped the young Slytherin would be willing to help. Take this toast to the grotto just down the coast and place it on the pedestal there. Good luck.
Poor...
Scrope will wait right here for you. Best of luck finding your pages. And the ring.
Poor Scrope. Freaking cut off his ear just because someone was mad. Just because his headmaster was mad. Oh my god, what the heck? What the heck was... Oh, hell no. No, that's a huge frog. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Oh my god, now I gotta... Oh. It's another one. Come on. Waiting for you guys. Yeah, come here.
Protego! Incendio!
Jesus, there's a lot of them.
Levioso!
Okay, and that doesn't work. Got it, love it.
Incendio!
Oh!
Protego!
Oh my god, I can't even pick them up. No. I need better spells. This sucks. I can't even pick them up.
Protego!
These are so freaking hard. Whew. Actually, come on. Oof.
Incendio. Yes.
Get away from me.
Protego.
Oh my goodness. Anything else? Anything else I should know about? That was a lot. Ooh, the Glymphanin Viaduct. Okay, we're going through a cave. It's an underwater cave. It has a giant squid.
Why do I need a piece of toast? I suppose that's where it goes.
Piece of toast.
Could it be? A visitor?
What the heck? He's not even nearly headless, he's fully headless.
Oh! Ooh. Ah. The name's Richard Jackdaw. I was a student, just like you, about a century ago. How in the world did you find this place?
A house elf named Scrope sent me. Said I might find a black family ring here.
Ah. Sorry to say, I sold the ring a long time ago. Poor Scrope. Still holds a candle for Apollonia, I reckon. Can't say I blame him. I stole all these treasures just to impress her. Alas, 'twas to no avail. I thought a secret map I pilfered from Peeves would pique her interest. But she simply rolled her eyes. What would I want with yellowed old pages torn from a book? Not my finest moment.
I'd like to have those pages if you don't mind.
They're not here. I thought if Apollonia wasn't interested in the map on the pages, perhaps it would lead to something that would intrigue her. So, I followed the map to what I can only describe as an enchanted cave of some kind. And you see what happened next? Here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to find the pages?
How did you lose your head?
I think I could guess how you died, but who did it to you?
I was having a look around when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze. After that, I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Why the toast?
Why did I need the toast to get in here?
Oh, that was Apollonia's idea. Seems some squids love toast. They should have taught you that at Hogwarts.
Interesting. How did he steal from Peeves?
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's sure to cause the most chaos. He dropped them after a particularly aggressive romp through the library.
I suppose if that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you at the forest.
I'm sure the pages are still tucked in my waistcoat. If you don't mind the sight of a, well, my decapitated skeleton, they're yours for the taking.
That sucks. So this is what's been here?
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
I wonder why they let us, like, roll those things. Or spin those things. Okay, here we go. Turn to Scrope. This little Scrope. Hello, little Scrope.
Hello, Scrope. Thanks to you, I was able to enter Apollonia's grotto. The toast was the key. I met a ghost there, Richard Jackdaw, who's agreed to lead me to the pages I've been looking for.
That boy was never good enough for Apollonia. Oh, what of the Black family ring?
I'm sorry to say that Jackdaw sold it long ago.
Sad news indeed. Scrope shall need to think of another way to impress the headmaster. Well, Scrope takes some consolation in knowing that the young Slytherin found what they needed.
I did. Thank you again, Scrope. You're a credit to house elves.
Alright. Scrope's last hope. Attend the defense against dark arts during class during the day to learn Expelliarmus. Whew. Well, that's gonna be everything for the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, smash that like button down below. Really helps out the channel a lot. And if you guys are new here, however, hello, I'm Johnny, the Collecting Wizard, and I talk about everything Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy, like this one, on a daily basis. That's gonna be another video. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.